Welcome to TMZ Live, and I apologize. Somehow I woke up and lost my voice. And Charles is on vacation this week, so he has left me hanging here. Okay, that said, everybody is talking about Nolan Wells, the kid who tragically died over 4th of July weekend. And there are multiple investigations going now on exactly what happened. There is suspicion by some that maybe his friends were involved. So Jackson here spoke to a body language expert. And I think this is really interesting because she focused on one of Nolan's best friends.
Right, so Officer Tatum did an interview with Warren Hudson, which is ultimately...
And Hudson's one of his best friends.
Warren's one of his best friends who was on the boat with Nolan around the time of his death.
Right.
And there are a few questions that stuck out to this body language expert that Officer Tatum asked Warren. The first one being, were you friends with him? There's a lot of speculation starting out. Did you even know him? Which he says yes. And Susan Constantine, pretty renowned body language expert, says he's not being deceptive in that regard.
So we have sound on this, and we're using this sort of as a baseline to explain how she reaches her conclusions.
Right.
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school, and even our freshman year of college, you know, we talked on the phone all the time. We were really close friends.
When I looked at his body language there, and also to his statements, as I shared with you off screen, is that I actually ran every statement that he made, even through Deceptio AI. So I was doing a double check to determine what was the percentage of that statement that was either truthful or not truthful based on statement analysis. So the question was, what was your relationship like with Nolan? And then he went on to describe, that Nolan, I can describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend to me, but he was a brother. So that was really powerful, how he actually internalized that relationship. That statement came up 91% truthful. Okay, so what does that mean? Sometimes they use contracture, sometimes they use odd language, but it doesn't fall into the deceptive category, so it's truthful.
I want to say, just so you know, this is not stuff that's admissible in a court of law,
right,
but it's interesting. So that was her baseline. Then we get into this controversy over Nolan's phone.
Exactly. A huge point of contention about this case is things that may have been deleted from Nolan's phone. So Officer Tatum asks him, did you touch Nolan's phone? Did you go through Nolan's phone? Did you delete anything?
And we play that for Susan, and she has an analysis.
Is there any chance or any knowledge that you have that anybody deleted stuff from his phone?
Absolutely not. I mean, like I said, there was no reason for us to get on Nolan's phone. No one touched Nolan's phone, but nothing. If none of us had touched Nolan's phone, then, there's no reason for anything to be deleted. I mean, no one even was in contact with his phone until it was moved from the boat to the truck. And none of us have access to Nolan's password to get on his phone and delete anything. Absolutely not. And we have no reason to delete anything.
When we look at all of these different statements, most of them were truthful, but there's going to be one that I want to explore more. There is going to be question around the phone. I'm just going to let you know that. I believe that this is an area that needs a little bit more probing. It needs more. It's not a highly deceptive. It's just comes up as deception as has been indicated in here. So the opposite hand below, while maintaining a tense posture, that one never moves. So there's that tenseness there. The head nods no at not, which is consistent. The vocal tone is slightly elevated and more emphatic in his tone. He says, no one touched Nolan's phone. If none of us had touched Nolan's phone, then there would be no reason for anything to be deleted. That one came up as 83% deception indicated.
Now, again, that is not non-scientific.
Right.
This is her thing.
Right.
And the second thing I want to say is, even if it came up as deceptive, it doesn't mean he did anything untoward.
Exactly. It doesn't mean that he did anything untoward. And again, this is, like you said, not admissible in court.
So ultimately, she evaluates whether there was foul play in Nolan's death based on what she's hearing.
Right.
And
to which she, at the end here, says...
Well, let's play it.
Let's play it.
I mean, she has an opinion about this.
So do I think there's foul play? No. I do not think there's foul play.
So she says no evidence of foul play.
Exactly.
And she's not saying there is or isn't. She's saying, based on what she's seeing, nothing is popping up.
Exactly, to her. And again, this is a renowned body language expert. She goes into court and she tells judges, look, here is how you can evaluate professionals to take the stand, whether they're worthy or not. And, you know, I trust her evaluation, and I think we can just keep our eyes peeled moving forward on what happens with the case for when the real facts come
I
out.
just want to say, in terms of trusting, I don't buy the science of this.
Well, Harvey, our chat doesn't agree with that either. They kind of think that the body language expert is already a little bit BS, but then the minute that she brought in using AI to kind of back up her claims, that it kind of invalidated everything she said.
Yeah.
Hey, this is T from Long Island. I think this is a very interesting way of analyzing and interpreting this conversation. And I think it would be great if they just took an actual polygraph. And I know sometimes they say polygraphs are not admissible in court either. However, do what's going to be the most credible thing. I mean, this body language expert, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
They need answers. The family needs answers.
And even polygraphs, you get false positive, false negatives too. So the Senate Homeland Security Committee has done what they said they would do, which is refer to the Justice Department a request for prosecution of Anthony Fauci for contempt of Congress. This was at the behest of Rand Paul, and he's not even taking this to the Senate floor, which is unusual. They are hand-delivering it to see if the Justice Department will prosecute Anthony Fauci. So Jacob got Rand Paul as he was leaving the committee. And the interesting question is, if you really wanted to get information, why didn't you give him a pass?
What do you say to people who think you're just trying to find a fall guy in all this, and that's why you're going after Fauci?
A million people died in America. I think they deserve answers. Many of these people died alone. It was just disgraceful. Virtually all these policies came from one man who's now pled the fifth 111 times. I think the members of the families that lost loved ones deserve answers.
But then shouldn't we just try to find the root cause for all of this? Like, why not try to find...
for you now. If you want to debate somebody, there's a lot of people...
I'm not looking to debate. I'm just saying, why don't we give him immunity so then we can find...
Thank you for his life, God. Keep giving him strength.
Why not give him immunity so then we can find out the root cause from what really happened here?
So Jacob, he seemed pissed off at you.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of ridiculous for them to be pissed off about, because all I'm saying is we all want to get to the root cause of what contributed to this pandemic. And the way to do that would be by giving Anthony Fauci immunity. People, whenever we've gone to so many people, Harvey, about this, Republicans who are saying that this guy needs to be in prison. And all we say to them is, okay, grant him immunity so then we can really get to the bottom of it and figure out what type of crimes he committed. They all like to say, well, he got a pardon. The pardon only affects things that happened in the past, not things in the future. So, and I'm referring to the pardon that Joe Biden gave him. So that's why it's so ridiculous when these guys say this. Of course, Anthony Fauci is going to plead the fifth because he's standing before a bunch of senators who are talking publicly about how they want him in prison. So anything he's going to say could incriminate himself.
So Charlie got Rick Scott as he left the committee. And Charlie, who is from Australia, had a really interesting take on the Fifth Amendment.
How can you hold someone in contempt and punish someone for using a constitutional right? Isn't it there to use as a right?
He had a pardon, so he didn't have that right to do that once he had the pardon.
But the pardon wouldn't stand for the hearing, sir.
So he he didn't have the right once he had the pardon. So he didn't have any risk of prosecution.
But didn't he have risk of prosecution because if he'd misspoke or if he'd lied or something?
Yeah, if he lied. Yeah.
So he was at risk. Like the pardon didn't.
Only if he lied. Only if he lied. Not if he told the truth.
So then, isn't he, within his rights to use his Fifth Amendment if he chooses?
No, he wasn't.
Why not? Why is that not illegally?
He didn't have the right.
He didn't have the right to use his Fifth Amendment.
But he had a pardon. He had a complete immunity.
But not from the hearing, because the hearing, if he lied, you said that he could be held, accountable for that.
Well, yeah, all he had to do was tell the truth.
Jacob, I think Charlie checkmated Senator Rick Scott, that what he said was all he had to do was tell the truth. So what he's saying is, we won't prosecute you if you tell the truth, but it is open to prosecution if you lie. And therefore, taking the fifth is appropriate. I think Charlie nailed Rick Scott on that.
Exactly. And what you don't see in this clip, but what I talked about with Charlie, is one of the aides that was walking by Scott, he got in the middle of Charlie and Rick, because aides sometimes will do this when they realize it's not going too well for their boss. They'll try to end a conversation by standing in between you and him. And what's all Charlie's saying? Charlie's just saying, yeah, he has his Fifth Amendment right, and he's using it to his advantage. Wouldn't anyone do that?
He does not have, but Jacob, he does not have a Fifth Amendment right once he is pardoned for these things.
No, well, two things.
Anybody who lies to Congress can be brought up on charges, period. Just don't lie.
Hi, Boss Up and Get It Now from Chicago. I 1,000% believe this is a witch hunt. I 1,000% believe that Fauci, they're looking to him to be the fall guy. I mean, this is the Republican Party, the party that perfected the craft of pleading the Fifth Amendment. Let's not forget their Lord and Savior Trump during his 2022 civil deposition pled the fifth no more than 440 times. This is, I think it's them dangling a new toy in front of their base. They are not the brightest.
But Babcock has a point that the Biden administration really did go after people too, politically. Trump has just done that at hyper speed.
Coming up.
Perez Hilton's family, they are having trouble dealing with what happened earlier this week. Horrific scene at his Miami house. He is now in the hospital under psychiatric care, and his family is saying this is absolutely heartbreaking.
Be right back.
Perez Hilton's family, they are having trouble dealing with what happened earlier this week. Horrific scene at his Miami house where he had slashed himself over and over on a live stream. And he is now in the hospital under psychiatric care, and his family is saying this is absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, so as you know, he has 3 children. We know that the children were not home at the time that this incident happened, but of course people are wondering what's going on with the family. So we actually the family released a statement basically saying that Perez is doing better, which is a great update because
he's communicating.
He is communicating. Now, as far as how much he's communicating, that is unclear, but they're saying that he is speaking to them in some kind of manner, which is very hopeful. They haven't really touched on what exactly is going on with the children, but we know that his sister was at the hospital visiting him, and the family has really been by his side, along with his attorney, Bryden Friedman, as well.
So is there any sense that we're getting about what triggered this thing?
Not necessarily. I mean, there's a lot of speculation online, and he's been very open about his sepsis struggles. I mean, he was hospitalized for 21 days, and in podcast clips from days leading up to it.
But that was not just last week.
Correct.
It was earlier this year.
But he's having, significant financial trouble.
Definitely.
And that feels, at least from everything I've seen.
From the hospitalization
it's
leading
more
now.
immediate, the financial problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had spoken to a lot of people who kind of painted a picture of what Perez's life has been like in these past couple months. And as we know, he moved from Vegas to Miami in June. So that's not even that long ago. And he had been struggling with his finances. You know, he wasn't given a lot of perks when he came to Miami the way that he was in Vegas. And because of all the financial issues he was having with the medical bills earlier this year, that really put him in a tough spot where he was
Did he
hawking
have
merch.
health insurance?
It's unclear, but he still has projects in the works.
Yeah,
I
and you
mean,
kind of get the vibe with the health insurance, the way he was begging the public for help with the medical
That he
bills
didn't
that he
have it.
probably
Right.
didn't.
Yeah,
or
I mean, that's the way it feels.
But a lot of people online, I mean, as you can imagine, there's so much speculation as to what caused this. And a lot of people are turning back to the sepsis that he had earlier this year and have looked online and saw that a sepsis psychosis is something that can occur or be like an after effect of having sepsis because it does affect your brain. It can trigger, you know, these psychotic episodes to occur. So a lot of people are wondering if maybe that is somehow tied to what happened on Tuesday night.
The other thing we're trying to figure out is obviously, you know, the people, you know, we can't really get an answer because the people that know him that we're talking to don't have a direct line to him because he's in this 72-hour psych hold, right?
Right.
The big question that everyone wants to know is where are the children? Our belief and assumption is that they would either be with the mother or the sister.
Right.
Because the mother was, as we have talked about since yesterday, the mother is always been living with Perez in Vegas, in Miami, so she's always been around them. So they have a great relationship with his mother. So the belief is that the kids...
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that Children's Services has got to get involved in this now.
Right, that video is very alarming.
Yeah, I mean, they have to step in, and I guess the question, will somebody get guardianship?
Right. And that's what we've been asking. The problem is because we haven't been able to get that answer yet from the people because he is locked up, but that is the big question now is the children.
Right.
Another interesting thing we had learned was we've talked to a couple people that right before this incident happened the other day on the live stream, Perez and his team were in talks for him to be a part of some reality show. And if you think about it, that would be great for him, for someone who is financially struggling, right? It's a paycheck. And I guess from what I've heard, he wasn't actually going to do the reality show because he would have had to take his kids out of school because the production company wanted the kids to be a part of this reality show. It was for a major network. The person didn't know what network, but a production company presented it to him and his team. He wanted the kids. He felt it was more important that the kids be in school. And he from what we've heard, passed on this opportunity, which is kind of crazy, again, if financial problems were there.
Yeah.
Hey, our chat is wondering if you guys have been able to figure out what's going to happen when Perez gets out of the hospital. Is he planning on staying in Miami or Vegas or going back to Vegas?
One would assume, based on how alarming this live stream was, is that he, you know, coming out of the 72-hour psych hold, he would go on to receive even more professional care just based on how alarming that is. I don't think 72 hours is enough for what he was going through.
What if he comes out of this thing fine, but is this something that could happen again?
Right.
And
Well, that's
especially if the
and that's
kids
why
happen to be at
Children's
the house.
Services, you know, will get involved.
I think it's a terrible situation that Perez is in, and I think that the family, you know, being in touch with him, able to talk to him, and communicating that with us is really a positive. I do think he's going to need extra care afterwards. That 72 hours isn't enough.
There's no way. Apologies again for my voice. New meaning to the word live stream. There is a woman named Lyric Medeiros. She is on Big Brother, and there is a live stream where they talk about everything. She is in the shower explaining what she's doing, and it ain't just washing herself.
I have a secret to tell you. I've peed every time I've come in the shower. It's fine. And I don't feel bad about it. You shouldn't. Not even a little bit. I wouldn't feel bad either. I wouldn't even feel bad this much. Because everyone in this house is out to get me. Yeah, pee in their shower.
So everybody pees in their own shower. The question is, when it's communal, is it appropriate, right?
So here's the thing with the Big Brother shower. There's only one real shower that most of the house guests use. The HOH has their own shower.
Men and
women, yeah. So there's one shower that they all use. Listen, I've watched the show for a lot of seasons. People have been touching themselves. They've had sex in the showers. They've peed. Peeing is the least of the concerns, and everybody pees in the shower.
Everybody pees in the shower.
It's true.
Well, yeah, our chat agrees that in Big Brother especially, there are way worse things than somebody peeing in the shower, especially when, you're showering, soap and stuff cleans up the shower anyways. This is the least of the concerns, and this is kind of stupid. It's become such a big deal.
And by the way, anybody who says, how dare you, they pee too.
Absolutely.
They pee too.
Absolutely.
Ava Degenerate, Napa, California.
Hey there.
Yeah. Look, you can hate on Lyric Maderos all you want. I agree. Peeing in a communal shower is probably the most unsanitary thing, but it's probably the 999th nastiest thing in that house. You don't think there's pee on that floor from a dude that doesn't know how to aim? How about the rotting food or the trash?
Okay, I think we got it. Okay. Lunch is coming up, so that's enough.
Coming up.
Cindy Sweeney is in Spokane, Washington, and she has real ties in that area. She grew up there, and she, like pretty much everybody who's watching, just cannot believe the devastation by these fires. And she is actually really stepping up to help.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
Donnell Rawlings took TMZ DC on a city tour.
You know what the irony of this is? A black man takes a white person to the White House.
It's TMZ.
Cindy Sweeney is in Spokane, Washington, and she has real ties in that area. She grew up there, and she, like pretty much everybody who's watching, just cannot believe the devastation by these fires. And she is actually really stepping up to help.
Yeah, and not just her, but she went out to Spokane with her boyfriend, Scooter Braun, and we're told that Sydney really has been boots on the ground trying to help with all the fire relief, which, by the way, is still going on. I think it's been like 10,000 acres have been destroyed and counting. So we're told she's bringing food to firefighters. She's distributing meals to families affected by the fires. She volunteered at a food bank. She's made donations, and she's just really been so hands-on, so cool with the locals. Obviously, Harvey, you said that she grew up there. She's like their hometown, like local girl that became a star. But Scooter Braun is there by her side, really supporting her. He's chipping in too, we're told. And yeah, I mean, just shows like how serious they are in a relationship, but also how like passionate they are together too.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this is really, there are some people who do it for publicity.
Oh, this is the real deal.
She's not.
Yeah. The other thing that she's doing is, remember, she has that campaign with American Eagle, the clothing brand. We found out today that starting tomorrow through the end of August, she's doing an initiative with American Eagle where she said, hey, let's team up. And basically, when you get to the checkout, whether you're in the store buying something or online, no matter what the price is, the customer can either round up their total to make a donation to one of these organizations, or they can give their own donation, and American Eagle will make that donation on her behalf to the wildfire victims.
From the customer, or are they putting their own money into?
My understanding is it's the customer.
So
correct.
You know how like when you go to like Petco and you're paying, and it's like, oh, do you want to donate $2 to a stray animal? You click that and you can pay extra. So it's like one of those.
In addition, you could also say like, hey, instead of $2
So you're sure American Eagle isn't like matching it?
I don't know if they're necessarily matching it.
That's not my understanding.
No, Tawanda's like shocked I'm asking the question.
No, I think it's so, if you want to round up and say, okay, like make the total even, $2 more, right, they'll do that. Or you can say, oh, I want to give $50.
Every cent counts, and every cent can help.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your voice. I wasn't laughing at what you said. I was laughing at how you sound, but you're really killing it. Keep going.
No, I mean, I thought
killing his voice.
I thought you were scoffing at me for wondering if American Eagle was going to match.
I mean, but that also is scoffable, but that's not why I was scoffing at you.
Hi, my name is Joshua Russell. I'm up here in Spokane, and it's awesome that you guys are posting this. It gives us something to talk about other than the whole place being on fire and moving supplies around. So it's really been good to see her having boots on the ground, someone who could just make a donation. She's out here handing out meals, taking selfies, and this really has been a rallying cry for a lot of us, having something positive to talk about. So thank you so much. Thank you for putting out the article.
Have you been affected?
I have. We've been working overtime. We've got people with 14 dogs at their houses, horses in the backyards, trying to track down feed for horses, dog bowls. If you're got anybody you can send to the Spokane Fairgrounds, we are looking for people who have just bowls for food and water. So I'm definitely putting in a little overtime right now.
What's behind you?
Clothes and donations.
Wow. Good for you, man. Really.
We're trying. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming up.
Anne Maria Goldes, who is Luka Doncic, the basketball star's baby mama, dismissed a case that she had against him involving custody. She has filed new documents. She is asking for $50 million.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. And again, I apologize for my voice, but I want to tell the story because this is crazy. So Anne Maria Goldes, who is Luka Doncic, the basketball star's baby mama, dismissed a case that she had against him involving custody in Los Angeles just the other day. What we didn't know until now, and TMZ Sports just broke this, is that she has filed new documents a day later in Slovenia, where this case should be heard. And she is asking for $50 million, $50 million from Luka. And she wants to reduce his custody time, cut it in half.
Right. Currently, Luka is spending 2 days a week he has custody of the kids. She wants to trim that down to 1. And the $50 million figure, it's $40 million she's requesting for herself, which I don't know that that's going to happen.
They were never married.
Right. Yeah. But Luka has said he will do anything for his kids, and she wants $10 million just to go directly to them.
We're assuming it's for the kids.
Right.
But 40 for her. She wants to cut his custody in half. And she said in LA, I just want to settle this amicably. Yeah. And then the next day files this document.
I mean, he makes $165 million a year. He can afford it, but I think the $40 million just for her personal use is completely insane. That's too much money.
I was so stunned by this.
Yeah.
And it felt almost like PR saying, I'm going to dismiss the Los Angeles case because I just want this amicable. She was going to lose the Los Angeles case because they didn't have jurisdiction. And she goes back to Slovenia a day later and files this.
And Luka didn't even sign the paperwork that she had filed in California either, so maybe he kind of expected this is coming.
It's crazy.
Well, the chat honestly has feelings about this whole situation, and they said that it's giving that she wants this much money because she's mad they're no longer together, she's no longer a WAG, and that she doesn't actually need this money for the kids.
See, I don't know how Slovenia works, how the courts work, and what the courts would do. But Luka, he's passed up opportunities in basketball to be in Slovenia with the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that she felt that she'd have a better chance in California filing, and that's why she did it. So my guess is advantage Luka because the Slovenian courts are handling it. And
does something like this, when she is requesting so much money, does that like make a judge like be like, you know what, you're being greedy, and like this makes me not even want to come close to giving you what you want because there's no way that you need this much money. You weren't using that much money when you and Luka were together. So the fact that you're now trying to drain his pockets dry makes me want to not give you. Does that happen ever?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, my name is Perez, South Carolina. My things on this, I know the song say it's cheaper to keep her, but $50 million? I said, man, don't do it. I don't care what country you in, $50 million? No, I want to know what he done did. Like, what he done did that need $50 million?
Or is it a money grab? So Brittany Bolton-House was a Miss USA contender, no longer. This seems to come up all the time now, but she was representing North Carolina until it came out that she went on racist rants on her social media, which we've seen many times before, under a pseudonym, and the pageant officials found out, and she is surrendering her crown.
Well, her crown is being taken from her. So what happened was a local outlet, basically after obviously she won, dug into, found all these, did a story basically about it, these old social media posts of her using the N-word and some other choice things from between 2017 and 2019. So this was obviously like, 7-8 years ago. It wasn't like they're current.
But she's 27, so she was still 20.
She was still like old enough to like know better.
Yeah.
I mean, doing all the Love Island coverage, just in general, we have to do a better job of vetting people for their old social media posts.
So she used a pseudonym, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. And so they're obviously coming forward and denouncing her and taking her titles away. But it's like, I feel like in today's day and age, these people have a hard job. Because if someone's using an Instagram that isn't their actual name, how are these companies or organizations able to dig into and find out, like, when you're not even using social media pages that have your name on it?
I want to understand, how is it that so many people who want to become famous have gone on these racist social media rants?
It's because they don't think anybody's going to find it.
But how do they not think that when everybody reports that over and over?
You're saying like before you get into the spotlight, you would think like I've said some choice things.
If you're thirsty enough to want it so badly, which they must have back then.
For sure, but I mean, you could just not say those things.
Yeah, you
then you'd
could
be all right.
just like, if you're gonna say it, at least like delete it.
Away?
I'm just gonna say I'm so glad that you guys don't check for old social media posts, because Devin, at the end of the day, I can almost guarantee you, all of us that are in here at 13, 14, 15 years old said something.
She was like 20.
I mean,
she was like 20.
Are you defending?
I guess we're not going to dig into your old social media posts.
Let's look at her social media next.
Ooh.
Coming up.
Donald Trump was on stage in Vegas yesterday.
Sorry, excuse me. I have a little mom brain going on right now. I'm so sorry.
Be right back.
Donald Trump was on stage in Vegas yesterday, and two things. Something happened with a kid that's kind of funny, and something may have happened with his hair, which is very mysterious.
Come on up. Don't worry about Secret Service. Come on up. That's great. That's a beautiful family. Oh, great. Please say so. Thank you. It's my honor. You want them? Do you want me to handle it? I'll take that. I'll grab that.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you. It's truly an honor. It's truly an honor to stand here before you and speak. Sorry, excuse me. I have a little mom brain going on right now. I'm so sorry. He's going to take off. Thank you. Thank you. Truly, thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, so that's just kind of funny. But this is what's mysterious. So look at this side by side. This is a picture of Donald Trump in the last couple of days, last Sunday, where you're seeing part of his scalp. And now you're looking at him on Wednesday, and it just looks different. So there are a lot of people who are saying, that's a wig. Is that a wig, or is it real?
Well, it's something, that's for sure. Yeah, there's some fake hair in there, right? There's some extensions, some filler.
How do you do extensions or filler with that?
Well, I just think there's some clip-on stuff happening there.
How do you do that? I'm serious.
I think it's just a tube. Just a full wig. That's my guess.
No, he said he's never worn a tube.
Has he said that? Oh, well, then it must be true.
No. But it just does look different. I mean, it's so full that...
Yeah, and it's 4 days later.
And it's 4 days later.
And look at the recession that's happening in the Sunday picture.
Don't say recession. That's a Democrat conspiracy.
Look at the receding that's happening on the right side. It's really pushed
What are
back.
we doing right now? Why does people care about this?
No, they totally care.
That if he's wearing fake hair?
It doesn't have any impact on the job, but people are obsessed with this.
You don't find it interesting whether or not the man's wearing a...
Not really. I mean, I feel like there's a lot more important things that we should worry about than Trump's hair.
We should worry about it.
That's fair. That is fair.
I wore a wig once.
Did you?
I did. Yeah. For the opposite reason. When I was in the Air National Guard.
Yeah.
I had to go on weekends once a month.
Yeah.
And when I was in college, it was a crime to have short hair.
Right.
So I had long hair, but I got a wig so I could hide the long hair. And when I did my National Guard service, I wore a wig. And it was the worst wig in the history.
Do you have any photos of that?
No. So Rihanna has not had new music since 2016. But that could change. And we know that because of her husband. A$AP Rocky was on Jason Lee's podcast, Hollywood Unlocked, and said something that a lot of people are really animated by.
When did you guys get married? Was it?
I'm not answering that.
Oh, okay. Are you the reason why we don't have an album? Because people, people, like, you've 3 kids now.
Yo, she in the studio right now. Yeah, I said it. Sorry, babe.
Oh, God.
Like, bro, she cooking, bro. No funny.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
By the way, I made a mistake. They're not married.
It's fine, but he's a liar. They're not. She is not making music.
Why?
We have been begging for music for years.
I believed him there.
I do not believe him.
He seemed remorseful that he had said it.
No, she's raising the kids.
Why?
Sorry, he tried to get the heat off him on the question.
Why would they want to make it seem like she's?
They're blaming him for. They're saying, "Oh, she got married, had the kids. You're the reason why she's not releasing music. We've been asking for it forever." Yeah, totally. Yes. I don't believe it.
What?
Oh. Why do you think? Why would he lie about that?
The question was framed in that.
Why wouldn't he just be like, because she doesn't need to make music, because we're having a good time, because we got 3 kids, because we travel?
Every couple years they try to go, oh, she's making music.
When have we ever heard A$AP say she's in the studio right now, she's cooking up? Never.
I don't believe it.
Never.
So we never have. So I'm saying, why would he lie? They don't lie. They're very authentic. Like when she says, I don't want to make no music right now because I'm not thinking about y'all, she'll say that. So if A$AP's saying, and the way he said it too, he's not lying.
We'll see.
Okay.
We shall see.
Okay.
Hey guys, Dane Drebin in Gig Harbor, Washington. I don't know if she's making music or not, but sticks and stones may break my bones, but the thought of getting some new Rihanna music sure does excite this guy over here.
Yeah,
so
no,
let's get some new Rihanna music. The world's a better place when we got Rihanna making tunes.
I believe him on this. I really do. What else you guys want to talk about?
Hi, my name is Miranda. I'm from Charlotte, and I am speaking on the Miss North Carolina. I'm from the same hometown as she is, or county, I say. We went to rival high schools, and I've been seeing a lot of things personally. I've actually made comments on it myself. I think it's really important that when you go onto a platform that's as big as Miss USA, that you remember that digital footprint is forever. And although you may not want to address the people that you originally offended in those moments while you were younger or even recently, you have to remember that you have a younger generation of ladies or even little boys that are looking up to you. And while they may resonate or they may identify with the things that you're saying are so bad and that other people are taking offense to. So it's really important to remember those things. And I just think that this whole thing is a learning experience, and I know that people can grow, but it's going to start with taking accountability.
Well, she surrendered the crown.
Coming up.
Hilary Duff not only is playing Madison Square Garden, but she's selling it out. Lots of millennial women are very excited about this. So she is proving a point to them that you don't have to hold grudges with your ex.
Give the warmest welcome to my friends. Good Charlotte!
Be right back.
So Hilary Duff not only is playing Madison Square Garden, but she's selling it out. Lots of millennial women are very excited about this. So she is proving a point to them that you don't have to hold grudges with your ex.
New York City, can you please give the warmest welcome to my friends? Good Charlotte!
So that was Good Charlotte and Joel Madden, her ex-boyfriend, and Hilary is really good friends with Joel Madden's wife, Nicole Richie. So it proves that as something that people in my office don't believe, you don't have to hold grudges against your ex. We will see you tomorrow.